Alright, train fans, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also make sure you ring the bell so that you're notified for any of the latest news and discussion and speculation content that I upload right here on YouTube. You guys have seriously shown so much love to my channel within the past month, and the channel has grown considerably, way more than I could have ever possibly imagined. And honestly, at this point, this channel has become one of the top sources for Train Sim World news on YouTube, and that is just within 1 month, which is absolutely insane. So I want to first say thank you for that. So I did react to the official Dovetail Direct live stream where they basically announced and went over everything that was coming to the game starting next month, which they did announce Train Sim World 5. I am in no way, shape, or form surprised by this. We did receive a handful of leaks. I believe it was last month, and of course every single leak came to fruition. We are getting conductor mode, we are getting the West Coast mainline, the 390, which is very exciting. So in this video we're going to just dive into everything that is going to be coming with Train Sim World 5, what you can expect in a much shorter, sweet video in case you didn't want to watch my longer reaction and discussion stream. But I definitely recommend that you check it out because I definitely cover a lot more talking points than I will in this video. So of course, what are we receiving? We are receiving Train Sim World 5, and when is it arriving? It is arriving on September 17th of 2024. That is this year, exactly 4 weeks away. So we're only a month away from the next iteration of Train Sim World. And I am going to say, just like I mentioned in my previous video, if you haven't checked it out, you should definitely make sure you do. I don't think Train Sim World 5 was necessary, but at this point, I'm not surprised that we're receiving yet another iteration of this game. And I really do think that from this point forward, that's going to be their new business model. We're going to get a brand new game every single year that adds just a couple of new features, some new routes, maybe some enhancements or remasters and all of that stuff. So the first line that we are going to be receiving is the West Coast main line. This is going to include the class 350/1 and class 377/2 EMUs. Now you're probably wondering about the class 390. Well, that is actually not coming with the route. You're only going to get that if you pre-order the deluxe edition of the game. So it's kind of a bonus add-on, if you will, that I assume will layer onto the route. A little disappointing, but I'm not surprised given their business practices. They're gonna want to snag just a little more money out of us, and they know that a lot of players are likely going to want that. So I think that the deluxe edition will end up being one of the highest selling versions of Train Sim World 5 at release. So the second route that we're getting, it is a German route. We're receiving Frankfurt to Fulda. This is also known as the Kinzentalbahn. We are receiving the DBBR 411 Ice-T, which does tilt, and the BR 114 and DBBR 193 Vectron. So those are the logos that you will be able to run on this route. And of course, we do have an edition that will be on the deluxe version of that. It's going to be the Flix Train, BR 193 Vectron, and Talbot coaches. So you will be able to run passenger service with the Vectron, which in my opinion is really exciting. The third route we're receiving, and you know, I expressed this in my last video, the longer video, that I think it's kind of scummy of them to include a route that was first initially announced and revealed and marketed for Train Sim World 4 as a base Train Sim World 5 route. So I guess it isn't coming to Train Sim World 4, or maybe it still is, but just at a later time. Definitely rubbed me the wrong way, as this wasn't particularly a new reveal the same way that the German and the UK routes were revealed. San Bernardino line, LA to San Bernardino with the Metrolink MP36 locomotive. We already have the MP36 in a previous version of Train Sim World, but I'm hoping that we get new physics, new sounds. We are obviously getting new liveries. So in some sort of way, I guess it is recycled, but honestly, you know, with the history here with US content, I just feel like us US players, we get the shit end of the stick most of the time, unfortunately. So I'm kind of not surprised that they pushed this to Train Sim World 5, because if I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of expected it. Of course, a little disappointed, but not really too surprised. So what else are we gonna be getting with the Deluxe Edition? Well, to go along with the Class 390 for the UK route, the Flixtrain BR193 Vectron and Talbot coaches for the German route, for US, you're gonna get Cajon Pass, enabling route hopping. More on that later at San Bernardino. So they're basically just including a route that they released previously for this Deluxe Edition for US. I think that we also got the shitty end of the stick here with this as well, just kind of giving us an old route instead of anything new or additional to go along with the San Bernardino line. Personally, I want to get the Deluxe Edition, but I've already purchased Cajon Pass, so is that amount going to be taken off of the Deluxe Edition price since I already own it, or am I gonna have to pay for that twice? Because I definitely want the Class 390 and I definitely want the Flixtrain BR193 Vectron. Plus, they also have here for Deluxe Contents 5 additional back catalog routes, but that's gonna be special edition only. So will I be paying for Cajon Pass twice? That's my current question. So besides the routes and locos, which I just went over, let's get on to the new features that are coming with Train Sim World 4 that will differentiate it from the Train Sim World 4 feature set. So we are getting the conductor mode. The leaks were real, and it is confirmed that the conductor mode is going to be taking place in service mode, in the timetable mode, which I'm very happy with. Honestly, if it was its own standalone thing, I think I would have been a little salty about it, but the fact that we can use that now with the timetable, like, can you imagine the possibilities, the replay value with that, as many services as you want, different times of day, different weather. I liked the whole conductor thing with the scenarios, but there wasn't much replay value with it. You know, once you completed it, that was it. If you did it again, it wasn't very much different from the first time. It was still the same train, the same service, the same time of day. So with this happening on timetable mode, is gonna make it much more interesting, and I'm very happy that we can finally expect that in Train Sim World 5. We're gonna have route hopping, which is really nice. If you have 2 routes that connect at some point and you finish a service, you can basically hop into another route, I'm assuming without going to the main menu and continuing your run on another route where it would have intersected with the other route, if that makes sense. I know that was a lot of word salad, but I really like this feature. They're also introducing fast travel, so you're going to be able to jump to different stations or different points on the map at any given time. That is, of course, without having to exit out, go to the main menu, reload back into service mode. So I do like that, but I mean, I play on PC and I have God mode enabled, so I could already do it with that. But it's nice that fast travel is going to be coming. So for those of you guys that play on console that don't have any mods, you're going to gain that ability. Of course, we have an upgraded live map. They go into more detail about this on the stream, and it's even in my last video. You're gonna now be able to actually go into the 2-dimensional map and see where the services are and what those services are with detailed information. It'll even show you the directions of the signals and the speeds for those signals or track points. I thought that was also very interesting too, and this is something I've been wanting for a long time. One thing that I absolutely hate about the 2-dimensional map is how when I go onto it, I want to see where all of the other AI services are. I want to see where they're moving to, what direction they're heading in, and you really can't tell without really zooming in. So I hope that there's an option to at least put little drop pins over every other service so you can see which direction it's moving, where they are, what they're called. So that's going to be a big improvement, at least for me. I will say I am excited for that. If you do order the deluxe or special editions through pre-order, you're going to get 5 days early access starting September 12th. Not surprised about this, as they did have a whole early access thing for Train Sim World. I believe it was even 3 and 4 too at the time when those were announced. They also talked about a free-to-play starter pack available for 30 days from launch, which I do really like. You do receive a limited feature set. I don't really remember if they went into details on which features were included in that, but there is a way to upgrade to Train Sim World 5 for free, of course, with limited features. But I do like that that is an option in case, you know, you don't want to buy all all the new routes, all the new locos, and all of that stuff. So it's great that that is at least an option. They even announced 6 additional Train Sim World route add-ons too, which was just absolutely crazy. And of course, here are the 6 brand new routes coming to Train Sim World 5 at some point in the future. Also, if you're curious about Game Pass, yes, Train Sim World 5 will be on Game Pass, and that will begin on launch day. So to give you guys a rundown on the new features included, we have the conductor mode on new core routes and future route add-ons, new route hopping between routes that share a common location, including support for selected back catalog route add-ons, new fast travel, allowing immediate travel within a route, new digital screen on relevant trains. We have an updated live map with icons, legend, and train service information, updated UI and menus, even the updated photo mode so you can change live weather and time when taking photos to capture that perfect shot. But of course, don't worry if you cancel out of your photo and go back into your game, everything reverts right back to how it was before you entered photo mode. Apparently, they're also going to be updating track shadow rendering too, which has been one of the biggest graphical complaints as of late. So I'm happy to see that here. Updated Creators Club tools, updated training center, including unbranded BR146. So what are we talking about with prices? The standard edition is going to be starting at $49.99 US dollars, the deluxe edition $74.99 US dollars, and the special edition. This does include a lot though. Please remember, you're getting how many routes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 routes for $120 US dollars. It seems steep, but for the amount of content that you're getting is actually not a bad deal. It's better to buy routes when a new game is announced because usually we get that bundle price, and also there is a loyalty discount over on Steam that's going to be 10% on standard, deluxe, and special editions for owners of TSW 4, 3, 2, or 2020, and that's going to be available for 4 weeks from today. That loyalty discount does extend over on PlayStation for PlayStation Plus members. That's also 10% on Xbox as well, and even on the Epic Games Store. So that's just kind of the mini rundown for everything that we are expecting to see with Train Sim World 5. Share your thoughts down below if you're interested, if you're going to be picking this up on release, or if you're just going to be sticking with Train Sim World 4 or possibly even 3 if you have it for the time being. I love you guys. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Take care and happy rail simming.